The 2021 draft is here, and boy has it been a long draft process. I've been trying to get as many videos out as possible for you guys, and this will be the final video before the draft, and not surprisingly, it is my final mock draft. Now there are 32 picks to go through, so without further ado, let's dive right in. And as all mocks start with the first two picks, they are going to be Trevor to the Jags and Zach Wilson to the Jets. You guys have heard it for months, there's really no further explanation needed. Next is San Francisco, and this is where all of the speculation that's been building for a month now stops, and we find out who they traded up for. Adam Schefter tweeted at some point on Wednesday they have made their decision, and quite honestly, when I read that, I was like, well, yeah, they've had their mind made up for a while now. They didn't just do this and think, wonder who we're going to take. Anyways, after thinking about this for probably longer than I should have, and having thought about any and every possibility for this team, and to be clear, this is what I think happens, not what I would do, and with the third overall pick in the 2021 draft, I have the 49ers taking Mac Jones. 4 is Atlanta, and this is a perfect trade position for teams wanting to trade up for either Justin Fields or Trey Lance, and they could potentially receive a haul. However, I don't think they will take a trade here, as they have been shopping Julio Jones pretty actively, and with Calvin Ridley already going to turn 27 this year, he was a 24-year-old rookie in 2018, I think they're going to go with an offensive playmaker. Shopping Julio to me at least screams they're looking for the next generation, and while they do need defense, and I fully acknowledge this and I'm aware of it, no prospect in this draft is better than Kyle Pitts is on the defensive side of the ball. And in today's mock, I think the Atlanta Falcons fall in love with a once-a-generation type player in Kyle Pitts from the University of Florida. 5 is Cincy, and this presents a challenge for the Bengals front office. Do they protect Joe Burrow long-term and go Penny Sewell, or do they really make their quarterback happy and take his former college teammate, who they won a national championship with together, by the way, or have a very good young trio of receivers in Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase, and trust that Riley Reif can hold it down for a year or two, along with the other tackle Jonah Williams? By no means is this an easy decision, but with the 5th overall pick in the 2021 draft, the Cincinnati Bengals are selecting Jamar Chase, wide receiver, LSU. 6 is Miami after missing out on both offensive weapons, and I think this is the perfect place to trade back. So in today's mock, I have the Broncos trading up, yes, even after the acquisition of Teddy Bridgewater, and selecting a developmental quarterback prospect in North Dakota State's Trey Lance. Drew and Teddy have both had their ups and their downs, and I do not think either guy is the answer long term, and Broncos fans, you don't make this trade of Teddy with the thought process of Drew Lock being the long-term answer. Lastly, Adam Schefter tweeted after this trade that, according to a source, the Broncos are still very much in the market for a quarterback, so in today's mock, Trey Lance is the pick at 6 overall. 7 is Detroit, and this pick is simple. We're keeping this short and sweet. Jared Goff can't have a full year throwing to only TJ Hawkinson, and because of that, we give him another receiver in Alabama's Jalen Waddle. I do think Devontae Smith is the better prospect between the two, but like we saw with Henry Ruggs last year, I think Jalen Waddle goes first between the two Alabama receivers. 8 is the Carolina Panthers, and this draft couldn't have worked out for them any better. They sit tight and watch the board play out and have the option between Justin Fields and Penny Sewell. This would be a terrific problem for them to have, and for me personally, I'm not fully convinced Sam Darnold is the answer, and prospects like Justin Fields do not come along very often. So with the 8th pick in the 2021 draft, the Carolina Panthers select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State. 9 is Miami through the trade with Denver from pick 6, and Dolphins fans, you don't get Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase, but you know what you get instead? Potentially the best tackle prospect in 5 years, and a guy to protect your first-round investment in quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. So with the 9th overall pick, the Miami Dolphins select Penny Sewell, tackle, University of Oregon. 10 is Dallas, and Jerry is usually pretty busy on draft night and sometimes makes very bold decisions, like last year to draft CeeDee Lamb, despite already having Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup. I don't think he's bold this year, and he gets one of the top 2 corners in the draft, and with the 10th overall pick, the Dallas Cowboys select Patrick Surtain, corner, University of Alabama. 11 is the Giants, and this is a team that finished 29th in passing yards in 2020. Micah Parsons would help this team out immensely, don't get me wrong, but this is an extremely pivotal year in Daniel Jones' career. They've done a good job in doing what they can to help him out so far, and it does not stop here either. I am all for giving him everything, so there is no stone unturned with how his career could turn out. So in today's mock, we have them taking the Heisman-winning receiver from Alabama, Devontae Smith. Here is how the mock has gone so far, and now is the Philadelphia Eagles at pick 12. They lost corner Jalen Mills this offseason to the Patriots in free agency, and this is a team that can use help out there. And in today's mock, they get the best press corner in the draft in South Carolina's J.C. Horn. 13 is the Chargers, and there's a lot of routes they could go here, but Rashawn Slater has fell into their laps, and they have to protect their franchise quarterback in Justin Herbert. If the board falls like this for them, this is the easiest pick in the draft. Rashawn Slater is a bolt in today's mock. 14 is the Minnesota Vikings, and while they could trade with Philadelphia, potentially eyeing Rashawn Slater at 12, Christian Darrisaw in their offense certainly is not a bad consolation prize. They get a good tackle and start to really get this offensive line moving. 15 is the Patriots, and they get one of the best defensive players in the entire draft. Micah Parsons falls into their laps, and for a team that people feel bottomed out last year, this defense only gets better. Micah to New England at pick 15. 16 is Arizona, and they lost Patrick Peterson this offseason, who signed with the Minnesota Vikings. 2 months ago, having corner Caleb Farley this fall would have been a dream come true, but he is unfortunately too big of a risk at this point, and for anyone wondering, I have Caleb Farley probably falling out of the first round. Who knows? Let's stick around. So instead, with the 16th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Greg Newsome, corner, Northwestern. 17 is one of my favorite fits in the entire draft, as the Raiders love their high character and athletic guys, and that mold does not fit more than this. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is a Raider in today's mock, and what a pick this will turn out to be, as he tries to become the Travis Kelce, the Darren Waller, and the Noah Fant equalizer for the better part of the next 5 years. 18 is going to be a bit surprising to a lot of people, but we pair up Tua with his former college teammate in running back Najee Harris. The Dolphins' number 1 back now is Myles Gaskin, and I don't think he is a number 1 back, plain and simple. This receiver class is very deep, and they can get one in round 2, and remember, they never passed over Jamar or Kyle Pitts because they were selected before they were on the clock. Leaving round 1 with both Penny and Najee would be a very good outcome for this Dolphins team. 19 is the football team, and there are a lot of routes they could go here. With the front four as dominant as the football team's is, we have them taking Jamin Davis, the linebacker from Kentucky, in today's mock. Playing behind players like Chase Young, the all-world Chase Young, Jonathan Allen, among others, those guys would open holes for Jamin to plug and essentially be a running back shooting gaps on the defensive side of the ball, and Davis would immediately be a sleeper for Defensive Rookie of the Year in this defense. 20 is the Chicago Bears, and they need help on the offensive line. Tevin Jenkins, the tackle from Oklahoma State, is a great landing spot here, there's no doubt about it, but guard Elijah Vera-Tucker is still on the board, and he would also be a great fit for this team. Not to mention, among front offices, Vera-Tucker is regarded higher than Tevin Jenkins. The Bears would have to leave round 1 happy if he's available, and they would surely take him and snatch him up if he is when they are on the clock. 21 is Indy, and believe it or not, the first edge has yet to be taken, so we have the Colts taking Kwity Paye from Michigan in today's draft. Kwity would be an instant impact player, as his athleticism is off the charts, and this is a team that isn't far from contending, as they barely lost to Buffalo in the playoffs, and Buffalo ended up going to the AFC Championship game. Having a dominant pass rush is key for this team, and Kwity, I am sure, would be a sponge in terms of absorbing information to become the best player he can be from day one. 22 is Tennessee, and after a monumental draft bust of a pick and offensive tackle Isaiah Wilson a year ago, they enter the 2021 draft needing another tackle. The meanest guy in college football is available in Tevin Jenkins, and he will be a beast in the run game for them. Derrick Henry would absolutely love running behind Taylor Lewan on one side and Tevin on the other, and this would be a very good match, and the possibility we see Derrick Henry have back-to-back 2,000-yard seasons is probably pretty good. 23 is the Jets' second first-round pick, and they are going to have to get Zach Wilson as much help as possible. GM Joe Douglas knows why Sam Darnold had trouble in New York, and a lot of it, though not all of it, I mean Adam Gase was the coach, can be due to lack of weaponry, can be attributed due to lack of weaponry. This is a deep wide receiver class and not so deep of a running back class, so with the 23rd pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Travis Etienne, running back, Clemson. 24 is the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I have them going with a very Pittsburgh-style pick. Both Najee and Etienne are off the board, and while I do think Javonte Williams will be a good NFL player, I don't think he's the pick here when a center the caliber of Creed Humphrey is on the board, and that is who we have the Steelers taking with the 24th pick. Alright, we are down to the final 8 picks of the draft, and mock drafts are usually repetitive of saying insert number, this is the pick, etc. So I'm going to show on the screen the rest of the picks and briefly break each one down. Trayvon Moehrig gives the Jags a great safety, and he is the best safety in the draft. Good chance Freiermuth is there on day 2 for the Jags, and to give Trevor a good tight end for the future. Zaven Collins for the Browns would be playing behind the big D line, and that would be similar to Jamin Davis on the football team. Great chance he racks up tackles and would be a dark horse for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Azeez Ojulari to the Ravens would be a great player falling to them and a great fit for this team. Would be an A+ pick for the Ravens. Caleb Farley to New Orleans would be another good fit because I love the thought of him and Lattimore as a duo, and I do think Farley will overcome this injury and prove to be a good player. 29. Kadarius Toney to the Packers. As a Vikings fan, this scares the you-know-what out of me. Picture Percy Harvin and Devontae Adams on the same offense with Aaron Rodgers throwing them the ball. That's all I need to say. 30. Greg Rousseau to the Bills. If there's a chance and place that of the potential of Greg working out, it is Buffalo. Could also see Jalen Phillips here, but went with Rousseau. 31, Ravens just traded Orlando Brown and have to replace him, so Sam Cosmi makes the most sense. And 32, the Dolphins trade back to get Rashad Bateman for that vital fifth-year option with the Bucs. Quite honestly, I'll be surprised if the Bucs make this pick, and do think it is open for the highest bid. Tua, Najee, Rashad, and Penny would be a great offense, and one that I would absolutely love, to say the least. Now, with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. There will be a lot of content coming out soon, and until next time, have a great day. Enjoy the draft. Love you guys. Deuces. Peace. Let me know what you think in the comments about my mock draft, your mock draft. Let me know what you guys think if you're still watching. I appreciate the time out of your day. Now, love you guys. Deuces. Peace.